Hey guys, in this video, we'll go over all the new sales and packs in the Pearl store this week. This video will mostly be for people who are interested in what the value of each pack is, along with newer players who want to know what's worth it to buy in the Pearl store. This week is a little less complicated, but there are a ton of really good deals. These deals are mostly centered around life skilling, but there are still some pretty decent deals for non-life skillers. The first thing before the main sales is that there's a 50% discount coupon that goes up to 1000 Pearl discount in the Pearl store. This coupon lasts until August 21st. Since this coupon can only go up to 1000 pearls off, the maximum value you can get is by buying an item that's 2000 pearls. Any more pearls and you're getting no additional value from this coupon, and any less pearls and you're losing out on some of the percent off. This item can be used on the Badaka outfit. Even though it's more than 2000 pearls, you're still getting the maximum of 1000 pearls off, which is pretty good. Even though the maximum value is around 2000 pearls, you should always just buy what you want and not focus too much on discount coupons. Getting something you want at full price is better than getting a useless items on sale. Either way, this is basically just 1000 pearls off any item that's 2000 pearls or more, or 50% off any item that's 2000 pearls or less, which is pretty good. Now let's move on to some of the packs. The first pack is the 90-day value pack being sold for 30% off. For non-life skillers who aren't going to be using the bonus items, that's basically it. It's a 4500 pearl value item being sold for 3150 pearls. To be completely honest, it's not awful and pretty good deal if you need a value pack. Even though sometimes value packs are sold for 50% off or more, those are usually only during big events and only the 30-day value packs. They also sometimes sell the premium value pack, which is better as it gives pearls, but still only 30 days and may not last until the next event. 30% off for a value pack is not bad, and if you're gonna run out before the next big event, it can be a decent pickup. Now let's look at it from a life skiller's point of view who can use the bonus items. I would say that 10 Secret Books of Florin, 10 Giovin's Grolin support scrolls, and 3 Laura's Warm Black Tea is worth at least 1000 pearls. Generally, the Books of Florin and scrolls are comparable to loot scrolls, and I usually value loot scrolls at around 50 pearls each. Now, even though loot scrolls are more required in grinding than Books of Florin are in life skilling, Books of Florin are more rare, and so are Giovin's Grolin support scrolls. Because of this, 50 pearls for each scrolls, along with 3 bonus warm Laura's black teas, 1000 pearls isn't really that far off of a valuation. Now you also get 30 days of a Book of Life, which I would say is at least 1000 pearls since it gives 50% life skill experience for 30 days. For life skillers, the Secret Book of Old Moon gives 50% life skill XP also, but costs 1250 pearls for only 15 days. The Sealed Book of Life, on the other hand, only gives the XP buff without the other bonuses, but lasts for 30 days in this case, so I would say 1000 pearls is a pretty fair valuation. Because of this, in total, you're getting around 6500 value at minimum, with the bonus life skill items making this pack have at least a 50% discount equivalence, since you're getting 6500 pearl value items for only 3150 pearls. Discount equivalence is simply what the discount would be if we included the value of all items in this pack. For life skillers who can use the Sealed Book of Life along with the Mastery Buff scrolls, this pack can be very comparable to a value pack on a 50% discount. If you can't use any of these buffs, then it's going to be similar to the 30% discount it shows on the store. Either way, both are a pretty okay discount if you need the value pack, though not the highest that I've seen when compared to some event sales. If you're gonna run out of a value pack before the next big event, then feel free to pick this up, but if you're already overcapping, then there's not really much of a rush. The next big events is probably gonna be Land of the Morning Light Part 2 release or Black Friday, so think about those. Moving on to the next pack, the next sales are gonna be the 90-day Blessing of Kamasylve and the Secret Book of Old Moon. These are both 35% off, going from 7500 pearls to 4875 pearls. It gives the same bonus items as the value pack, basically adding 2000 pearl value if you can use those life skilling items. The life skilling value is about a 48.68% discount as it would be 9,500 pearls being sold for 4,875 pearls. Now generally, my view on Blessings of Kamasylve and Secret Book of Old Moons have stayed pretty consistent. They are extremely expensive for what they provide. The value pack we mentioned earlier gives an absolute ton of buffs, but only costs 1,500 pearls for 30 days, while both of these buffs cost 1,250 pearls each for only 15 days. Generally, I've never personally bought any of these buffs for pearls, as in NA, the Kamasylve buff can be easily pre-ordered, and the Old Moon buff, though more rare, does get pre-ordered every so often. I also don't permanently run both of these buffs, as they don't provide too much value. Kamasylve's 20% drop rate buff is very nice if you're actively grinding, but with drop events can be taken off and still be at the 300% drop rate cap. The Old Moon book is also very nice convenience, but can be easily circumvented by using alt characters in villas, or by just using the skill instructors. If you're currently buying Kamasylve buffs and Old Moon buffs at full price, this sale is going to be similar value to the value pack sale, pretty good but not the highest that I've seen. A 35% off sale is good, but honestly during big events, they're usually the first ones to go on sale for 50% off or more. I would also consider pre-ordering some of these buffs on the central market so you aren't spending as much pearls on these less necessary buffs. If you only buy the value pack at full price every month, you're only spending $15 a month, which is okay. But if you're adding in the Kamasylve and Old Moon book, you're adding $50 extra a month, which is kind of crazy. Either way though, it's not a bad deal if you're already buying these buffs. Next up is a pretty simple pack. It's just 10 maids being sold for 8,400 pearls. There is a typo on the main website, but the initial value should be 12,000 instead of 1,200. There is nothing special to talk about, it's just 10 maids at 30% off. Maids are often put on sale during bigger events for 33% to 50% off or more, so a 30% off sale isn't really that good or interesting, but it's better than nothing if you're currently in need for a lot of maids. I will say that maids have been given out a lot more for free during events and logins, so it's not really necessary anymore to buy them for pearls. This sale also isn't even that great, so it's pretty easy skip in my opinion. The only reason I could see getting this pack is if you have a 20% off discount coupon expiring soon, but even then I would just get the value pack or any other more expensive pack rather than this one. Keep in mind though, this pack is still good compared to buying maids at full price. Next up is the Fence of Abundance being sold for 10% off for 1,080 pearls. This pack is similar as previous packs as you also get some bonus life-skilling items, including 6 magical verdure drafts, 6 secret books of Florin and Giovan Grolin support scrolls, and 4 special pepper seeds. If you add the value of each scroll, it's about 600 bonus pearls. With the bonus items, this pack would be about 1,800 value being sold for 1,080 pearls, which is about a 40% discount equivalence. Even if you don't include the value of the bonus items, this is basically one of the highest sales for Fences of Abundances that have been set on the Pearl store, as these generally don't go on sale very often. I would recommend getting this pack if you're already considering buying fences, as this is the highest value that you can expect these to go on sale for. Now of course, in the future they may have a better sale, but for now it's the best that we can expect. Pearl fences aren't required as it's basically just a 10 contribution point save, but because this is a permanent account upgrade to save 10 contribution points, it can be better than just buying temporary crons or other items. Next up is a cheaper pack, the Today's Life Buff pack. It is mainly energy tonics being sold for 30% off for 280 pearls. The most interesting part of this pack is that it gives 3 secret books of Florins, 3 Giovan's Grolin support scrolls, and 2 Laura's warm black teas. Because this pack is so cheap, the value of the bonus items becomes percentage-wise a large portion of the pearl cost. If you value scrolls at 50 pearls each, the bonus items can be up to 300 pearl value by themselves. Since the pack only costs 280 pearls, even if you don't want the energy tonics, you're basically buying the bonus mastery scrolls at full price, which can be worth it if you need those. This is the life skill equivalent of buying loot scrolls whenever a cheap pack that contains loot scrolls comes out. If you take into account the value of the energy tonics, this pack would have a 700 pearl value at 280 pearls, which is around 60% off. In general, this pack is pretty good value for those who need it. Because none of these items are critical for any life skiller, even though it's decent value, just see if spending pearls on these items is gonna be worth it to you. You are still spending real life dollars on a temporary increase in progression, so it can be worth it to some people but not to others. Moving on to the next pack, it's the Life Pet pack. Because this pack includes a rare tier pet, the value can range between 1,100 pearls per pet to 1,800 pearls per pet. Rare tier pets are generally valued at 1,800 pearls, as the Arctic Fox is one of the rare tier pets that permanently sit on the pearl store, and it costs 1,800 pearls. However, when rare tier pets come on sale in the pearl store during events, they're generally sold for 1,100 pearls each, but they're limited because they only come during events. However, since pet sales are becoming a lot more common, I am generally more inclined to value them closer to 1,100 pearls each rather than 1,800 pearls. With that being said, if we value the pets at 1,100 pearls each, this pack would have a value of 3,450 pearls, being sold for 2,640 pearls, and it would have a discount equivalence of about 23%. If we used 1,800 pearls instead, the value would be 5,550 pearls, and the discount equivalence would be 52.43%. Again, since these packs are being sold a lot more often, I wouldn't really use the 1,800 pearls as much, but for newer players who don't already have the pets like the Hedgehog or Bosunjack, the value of getting these base pets can be pretty good. For those who already have the Hedgehog or any of these pets max leveled, this pack will be of course pretty low value. Next up is the Penta Gosphy's pack, which is just 5 Gosphy's being sold for 30% off. If you include the Giovan's Grolin Scrolls, it would be about a 31% discount, but this pack is still being sold for 5,775 pearls regardless. In general, Gosphy's are put on sale very frequently and often at 50% off or more for major events. Generally, I don't recommend spending pearls on these, as you can just pre-order most pets on the central market to level other pets if you already have the base pet that you want. If you want to know more about that, look at my tier 4 pet guide on my YouTube channel. Since you're required to already have the base pet that you want to level with the Gosphy, Gosphy ends up not being much value, only being used for fodder. Finally are the Fairy Appearance Change Coupons and the Captain's Medallion for 20% off. The Fairy Appearance Change Coupons can be pretty okay value and they don't go on sale very often, so can be good if you need them. The reduction to death penalty can be kinda useful if you're dying a lot in higher end PvE spots. With the reduction to death penalty, you have a chance of not getting the usual death penalty when you die. The processing XP is also nice if you process a lot, but of course not really that required. You can only use one fairy outfit at a time, so keep that in mind. In general, this is a fine pickup if you have the extra pearls. For the Captain's Medallion, these are sometimes put on sale more often than the Fairy Appearance Change Coupons, but isn't really a common thing. Since these are pretty cheap, if you really do need these extra sailor slots, you can pick them up, but if you don't really need the extra sailor slots for pearls, then don't really worry too much about it. It's not a bad sale, but most players may not really be able to use it as much since it's only really for sailing and those who use sailors. But that's basically it for this video. A bunch of pretty good sales that even for non-life skillers can be pretty decent. For life skillers who can use some of the bonus items, some of these sales can be really good. Be sure to remember that there is a 50% off discount that can be used up to 1,000 pearls off, so that's pretty good value. Other than that, there's currently a gifting event that lets you gift most items that aren't currently on sale in the Pearl store, so most deals that don't have a discount attached to them. You can also get some bonus items if you gift it to a new or returning player, and they also get some bonus items. For new players, they get an outfit box and a 30-day value pack and a game pass, so it can be really helpful. This does have some requirements like doing a certain amount of the main story quest, so if you're interested in that, make sure to look through the event details. In general though, most of the value is gonna be to the other player, the one receiving the gift, in terms of rewards, and they need to be a new or returning player to get the bonus rewards. If you have a ton of extra pearls, it can be okay, but for most people, having the other player have their own pearls and being able to buy discounted items will be better value. The gifting rewards give around 40 to 50% extra pearl value, as the receiving player gets the item that you gift along with the bonus items, so it can be a decent deal. But most people would rather just use their own pearls instead to buy what they need. You may be able to get more value if you gift something really cheap, but I'm not 100% sure on how that works. Either way, a decently fun event, but nothing crazy in terms of pearl value for existing players. But that's basically it for this event and this video. I hope you all learned something from this video, and I hope to see you all next time.